The following podcast contains adult themes such as drinking and violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Table It, a micro RPG podcast. My name is Tim, and I'm one of the hosts and the editor of this production. Table It is an excuse to get my friends Max, Matt, and Manny to play micro RPGs with me. We are all interested in game design as well as actual play, so each game will get a review at the end. Stick around to hear our opinions, as well as if we would put the game back on the shelf, or if we would table it and play it again. Today, we are playing Breaking Rank by Nell Raban. You can find her work at Nell_do_well. You can also find it in the Ultimate Micro RPG book, edited by James D'Amato. Matt, do you want to reintroduce the game, or should we just start with characters?
I'll go ahead and reintroduce the game a little bit. I've been running Breaking Rank for last episode and this one. It is an adventurous science fiction game with the content focusing on suspense, stealth, and guilt. The characters we've had are played by...
My name is Max. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing the envoy, the adjudicator, they, them.
My name is Manny Elliot. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing what am I? I'm an agent in this one. My name is Rockhard Dick. Pronouns are he, him. Thanks for asking.
Hi, I'm Tim. I am, his pronouns like he and him, and I am playing Luke. He's a sentinel. His pronouns are also he, him.
I still love the character voices for this today. But as we last left off, dossiers in hand. You've taken the moment to read your own files. You recognize some of it. Your time in training, your achievements, the life you lived in between. You wonder what's worth keeping and what's best forgotten. Are the skills you now possess, though useful, worth the evil they served? Are the gifts, though a comfort, enough to aid you in the days ahead? You don't have room in your heart for both. If you choose to keep your skills, permanently increase the success range of all your rolls to 5 to 6, and cross off your gifts. You'll leave them in the fire. If you choose your gifts, roll 3 dice for everything from now on, and cross off your skills as you leave your training and uniform behind.
Huh. All right.
And it's not one each or a mix of both. It's one or the other.
Yeah, you are leaving you're leaving your skills or your gifts behind.
Okay.
Well, I think the answer for me is pretty clear. My character wants the wish I've chosen is do no more killing, and I think with the skill fighting, I think crossing off my skills makes sense to me.
Go for it.
So my skills were awareness, tactics, and fighting, and now they're nothing.
Wow.
Oof.
You'll be rolling 3d6 for everything from now on.
Let's put this in the bag.
Wow.
So my wish is that I want to fake my own death in order to retire so that I can spend my remaining time with my husband and children. And thinking about my skills and how they involve like lying to my family pretty much my whole life. And that my gifts all come from the family before me. My grandfather, my mother, my father. And so I think I'm also going to choose my gifts and let my training go.
Cross it off. And you can go ahead and put one of your 4 dice back.
Wow. Well, my wish is the adjudicator would simply like to be a normal person, not this scion of a noble family, not a well-known envoy in the agency. So I will burn in the fire my gifts, my family's signet ring, the suicide pill I received on my first job, and fuck around and find out, which is my umbrella with a sword in it.
Rest in peace, fuck around and
Rip,
find out.
rip, fuck around and find out. So no gift. So that is...
Anytime you make a roll, you will be succeeding on a 5 to 6. But you still start off with your 2d6 and have to add your skills to make it better.
That's a fun mechanic. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
That's neat.
Yeah, losing the ability to add a gift item. But yeah, okay, cool.
So here's a question for the adjudicator.
Yeah.
If you're leaving that behind, are you keeping your old name, or are you burning that too?
Ooh.
Because you have burned every record of yourself. For Rock, you've burned the records of yourself and your family, so you will not be found. For Luke, there wasn't mention of your family, but you get to walk out of here scot-free.
I would leave behind my name of the adjudicator. That would go with the file and with my accoutrement.
I feel like it's almost appropriate as you're throwing the dossier and your accoutrement in. You introduce yourself to your teammates.
The adjudicator is dead. You can call me a name I haven't known in a long time. Hermes.
Hermes. Nice to meet you. My name's Rock.
I know. We'll all be strangers soon enough.
Boy, howdy.
To peel back the curtain a little bit here, the next paragraph on this describes exactly how the rest of the game is going to go. The characters can't just escape the same way they came in. The facilitator rolls a d6 and determines on the following table what happens. I love the feel of that for most games. For right now, I've had one option in mind, and then you did a thing earlier, which is why I had you roll the 2d6 flat, just to give me a number.
Yeah.
Something I've been hinting at that you guys have been learning over the course of the game, and your characters would be figuring this out about now. This facility is magical. It's not just a labyrinth. It's a labyrinth as in the Jim Henson, David Bowie film. It's shifting. So your way in does not equal your way out. At the same time, you swiped a badge on a door that didn't have access.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps outside. Multiples, and they're running.
Sounds like we should be running too. Let's go.
Boy, I wish I'd kept fuck around and find out. And I take off after you.
Yep.
Yep.
So
There we go.
Who's leading the group action to get out of here right now? If you're all running.
You mentioned it first.
Yeah. I figured. So we're dressed in uniform still.
Yeah.
You potentially could be dressed as the boss.
Oh yeah, I think I'm
Because-
probably still the boss now.
We're still in our
Uniforms.
ceremonial outfits.
I think we should take off running, potentially talking our way out or fighting our way out, depending on the situation. So I'm only rolling 3.
You're starting by running?
I think we should run, yeah.
Okay, so you're rolling 3. You succeed on a 6.
Yep.
Do you have any gifts that could help?
I think my map could help. We might be able to... I know you said this is shifting, but I feel that it's probably shifting in a way that individual chunks are the same. So so I think I give the cards a quick shuffle and draw the top one and follow the path.
Is the building changing based on how you shuffle the cards?
I don't think so.
That'd be fucking sick as hell, though, wouldn't it?
I think they're shuffling.
You feel the cards shift in your hand in a way that you can't quite manipulate.
I feel like the cards are being shuffled into the right order. All right, so yeah, I succeed on a 5 to a 6. I'm rolling 3 dice.
Yep.
I didn't make it. 2 3s and a 4.
You still tried to bottom deal.
Yeah.
You run forward, say, take a left, and you guys turn to go left, and it's a blank wall.
Oh! What the hell, Luke?
God damn it. These cards, they're confusing.
The footsteps are getting louder. It's this way, it's this way.
Hey, Luke. Those cards, they feel magic to you, or were you doing that, or was this place doing it?
I think the place is doing it. The cards might be following, but I can't understand them.
I have an idea. And I want to take out my flask from my grandfather, who is a legacy, and hoping against hope that this place is magic and not one of my companions, I want to like splash the whiskey on the wall to see if it creates a door or like eats through a door, so we can like take a shortcut to the left. Or go through the side of the labyrinth as opposed to like following the
This
path.
is really cool. I really like the concept of this. So that is 3d6 because you left your training behind. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that using the whiskey and the flask to do this is going to give you the chance to make this work.
Okay.
So that's on a 6.
Okay.
Do you have any other gifts that would like to help, or would you like to try and offer a gift? Because this is a really cool. They don't really describe how it's going to affect things, but because we have 2 people who chose the same, I'm going to say you 2 can still assist each other.
Okay. So map potentially. Otherwise, I have a sword and a watch.
I have kind of a weird thought.
Yeah.
So, what if it's about, like, your own belief that this will work? Like, your family legacy is people, including maybe secret upper-ups who've been here before, and maybe that's why the flask would work, and the whiskey inside of it could work in this place, but maybe part of it is, like, you need to be present with that, and like you need to believe that it will work.
Yeah.
So I could give you like help of convincing or negotiation maybe.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing. He can't roll higher. He can't roll more than 3 anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that applies too. So
Yep.
I can't, with my skill, I could help myself with it, but I can't apply that to.
So we can't help. Oh wow.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Here's what I think happens.
Here's what I'm giving you. Because I like your feel about like that you have to be present. That's why I'm saying that this could work.
Mm-hmm.
By double checking the cards with this and working together on it, I'm still going to give you that 5 to 6.
Okay.
So
Cool.
go ahead and roll 3d6.
Okay.
5 or higher will succeed.
This is as good as it gets.
I got a 5.
Yes!
Yes.
Was that a 5, a 1, and a 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
Against all odds, you splash the whiskey on the door and you watch as it splashes against and then flows upwards. And then turns the corner into an arch, lines itself out. There's a shimmer. And there's a doorway through.
Cool.
Thanks, Grandpa.
It's not the same dull, gray, emotionless walls. You're now running through molded, mildewy brick. As the third of you makes it through the door, it shimmers back into place.
Wow. Cool.
Just as that happens, you hear the footsteps flying past behind you.
That was a hell of a thing.
Wow.
Okay.
Onwards?
Onwards.
What do the cards say?
North.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
You continue to move along. You go through. And all of a sudden, there's steps that lead up. And there's just an empty archway. Nothing blocking it, no door.
What's on the other side of it? Can we see?
Another hallway. You'll be stepping back into the building.
Okay.
So we went outside of the building with this doorway.
Outside of somewhere.
We're putting this
Okay.
outside in quotes.
Okay.
Because like I said,
So we're
this
like in
building-
the walls right now.
You went
sort of,
through a
kind
wall.
of.
The map didn't lie,
Got
but there
it.
was only one way to access this door.
Okay.
Cool. That's dope as fuck, man.
All right. So I guess we go through the doorway.
Okay.
Before we do that, can I take out my lighter and a cigarette, and I will light a cigarette and take a puff for a minute and blow it across the floor in front of the arch to
Ooh,
see
yeah.
if there are lasers
That's some real
across
spy
it.
shit.
We had to get it in here somewhere.
Yes.
Like,
There are.
Oh,
fuck
shit.
yeah!
Yes.
It's a moving grid pattern.
Oh my god, okay.
Jesus. Oh, are we gonna have to do some Catherine Zeta-Jones bullshit? Because I am here for it.
lasers.
Oh my god. Okay.
So I imagine one of us has to get across to shut these off. Is there a panel on the other side?
There is. It's on the other side and down the hallway. You'll notice as the shifting grid pattern moves, it actually stops at the archway as you guys are standing at the top of the stairs. It's not crossing the threshold.
Like it's not going up to where we are.
No.
So we could go down to the archway but not past it.
Correct.
Okay.
I think that panel over there might shut off these lasers. One of us is going to have to get over there and shut those lasers off.
Do you think it would break if we shot it?
Only one way to find out.
I don't think that's the move, Han Solo.
It would draw some attention, certainly.
This isn't like those movies.
You still have your skills, right?
I do, but none of them are applicable to this.
Oh, God.
My
So-
skills are convincing, leadership, and negotiation.
So you were the one with infiltration.
I know.
Now you no longer have infiltration. I have one thought about how we could potentially get through that, and I have a watch we could use to time out the grid patterns.
Amazing.
That's
I love
all
it.
I've got.
I love that.
Okay, I like that. I also have silver lockpicks.
Mm-hmm.
Could I reflect the lasers?
Ooh, or like distract them, like throw something and it'll like the lasers will go to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if
what?
like
You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm picking that point. But what I'm thinking is like if they're silver, they're almost like mirrored, so it's not like we're breaking the laser, we're redirecting it. Does that make sense?
I agree with you. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
I like the yes and here. However, these are not like the Resident Evil cut through you lasers. These are as soon as
This
you
isn't
break
like
it
the cube.
1-to-1. No,
Okay.
it's not. Like this is
I'll throw my
as soon as
food.
you interrupt the laser, it's
Okay.
going to trip something.
Okay.
That's what this is. These lasers will not kill you,
Oh,
but they will cause a problem.
Ooh, both of us have the armor from the guys downstairs, and we established that they had leather shields. If the lasers will hit the shields and then be disrupted.
Then the alarm will go off.
Yeah, it's an alarm, not a. How high off the floor are they?
They're shifting.
Oh, so it's like
This is like full on Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah,
BS
you gotta
level of
put
lasers.
you gotta put your ear pods in, and then you gotta do some sick
Vincent
ballet.
Castle.
You gotta do a kip up halfway over a laser. This is I believe Ocean's 12.
Yeah.
Shit.
okay. Well,
So, okay, Manny, I am tempted to volunteer rock, and then Luke will be like counting down the patterns and like what movement you should do, and we do a quick practice run in the hallway that we're
I like
currently
this.
in.
I like this a lot.
And then line up and do it.
All right, because Rock is the one doing it.
Lord.
You're the one making the roll. It's
So this-
3d6. because you don't have your skills to fall back on anymore.
Yep.
But thanks to Luke's gift helping you out and timing this out, you succeed on a 5 to 6.
All right, here we go.
So Luke is chanting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And in the hallway, Rock is doing like a waltz, but like bending
Step 2,
over
3,
backwards
4,
doing
jump 2,
handsprings.
3, 4.
That's a 6.
Nice.
You make it through. You make it to the panel, and you realize it's not just a panel. It's literally just a touchpad. Like you touch it, and it's going to turn the alarm off.
So we could have thrown something at it.
Mm-hmm.
But you turn to look back at where you came from, and you see blank wall.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! It's like an illusion.
Both Izima?
Hermes.
Hermes. Hermes. Like
Hermes. Hermes and Luke. You can still see Rock perfectly clearly. No problem.
Hit the button, Rock.
I hit the button. Where'd you get? Can I hear them?
No. You can't hear or see them. You've hit the button. The lasers are off.
Oh, I stepped through that.
Can they see are the lasers off? Well, I guess I wouldn't know that. Never mind.
So we can see that the lasers are off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we'd step through.
Step through.
Yeah. You watch as they just materialize through the wall.
Ah!
Quiet. What the hell?
What? You just came out of nowhere. Take a look behind you.
We look.
I stick my hand through it.
You hit wall.
Oh.
Wow.
We missed our opportunity to Skeletor the wall. Do you know what
Neat
I'm talking
trick.
about? You reach through the wall and you punch it to break it. No? Oh. No He-Man fans?
The doors at the end, the double doors at the end of the hallway open. And in walks 3 uniformed officers. One of them with captain's rank. What are you doing here?
Time to lie. I will step forward and with the absolute raw confidence of someone who is 100% sure they are supposed to be there, I proceed to show my badge and calmly explain that this is a training exercise authorized by
M.
quadrant, yes, authorized by Division Head M, and this is what's going on, and, charm and convincing to the max.
Alrighty. So what skills are you applying to this?
I think it is all of them if I can get away with it. Convincing for sure, right? That this is that. I can only do 2. So convincing, and then the other one would be leadership or negotiation. Probably leadership. I don't know that it matters, but...
It definitely feels like it. You are pulling rank on this one. Even if it's not your rank to pull.
Yeah.
You are definitely pulling this is it. This is what's happening.
Right.
You do have all 4 dice.
Right.
And you
Aided by the fact that you are still in this disguise.
No.
Yeah, I was
No?
like, I don't know how, like, I can't help them, can I?
Not
Oh, 'cause it's
mechanically.
already the 4.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Not only was it already, not only
so
are you
roll-
already the 4, technically you no longer have your disguise skills.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have the kit. So
You remember how
I'm
I
like
said?
still
You
in
remember
the
how
disguise.
I said write it down on the sheet of paper?
Yeah.
Right.
You did it. You have it. It's right there. That
So-
little note card is still in front of you. It's. I said we were going to make the roll when it was applicable.
Yeah.
You're just not the person who's going to suffer if it goes down.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Right, because if they look at you and you look like, children's disguise
The
project.
mask is like
Face paint falling
I look
off.
like Phantom of the Opera.
For
Like
sure.
only half of it's still on.
It depends on how good
Yeah.
how good Hermes is at talking things through before they actually think to check.
Okay, we got a 5, we got a 6, we got a 6, and we got a 3.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, we're so sorry, sir. We didn't know. Was this a surprise inspection?
Yes, this is a surprise inspection. Now move along, gentlemen. Let us pass.
How do you do it?
That's what he sounds like, y'all.
Perfect.
So you rolled negotiation and
convincing and leadership.
convincing and leadership. So the leadership skills you have allows you to keep from cracking and laughing. Obviously,
Yeah, and pulling rank, like demonstrating, like this is the.
also, so for us, this isn't surprising because
Oh, no,
the
we-
M always sounds like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've heard him give speeches. This is just what M sounds like. We are stone cold. Fucking no notes, man. Be on your way, gentlemen. Make yourself scarce.
Bye-bye.
Max has fully left the table.
Fuck off.
Oh, you guys keep me young.
Okay.
So the guards go on their way.
They do. That's to my surprise, they absolutely do. Just complete. Of course, sir. Like, yes. We'll get out of your way. Is there any notes? Any place we need to be for the next stage of the exercise?
There was quite the mess left up in the office. Someone spilled strawberry jam everywhere. Maybe you should go clean it.
Okay. I need you to make a roll now.
We got this in the bag, y'all.
So you're rolling 3 dice. You get an additional help for the fact that you are in disguise.
They believe
No.
it is. They believe it is him.
no.
You roll
No,
3d6.
disguise kit
Well,
is
yeah.
a item.
Do you have it listed as one of your gifts?
Not as one of my gifts, but it's on the card. So but I don't know if this card's applicable anymore.
I
So
thought
No.
it was a gift.
I
item.
thought disguise kit was a gift. That's on me.
Okay. Well,
I have a backup plan.
Okay. So what is your gift you're using here?
Okay, so I do have a Derringer that I got from my mother that I have nicknamed Straight Boy
that's right.
because it's only good for a couple of shots and then you have to drop it for something better. So I'm going to put my hand in my pants pocket because that's where I keep it. There's a hole in that pocket. I keep it in my underwear, and I'm just going to point it at them. So if they don't believe me, I'm going to shoot them with my dick pistol.
Alrighty. 3d6
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
on a 5 to 6.
I got 6.
Nice.
Go clean up the office, gentlemen.
Of course, sir. Right away.
Yes, see you at
Two
the
of
next
them.
picnic.
I am trying so hard, and I am failing,
I love it so much.
and I am not sorry. Okay.
Tell Laura I said hi.
Well, here's the thing. 2 of them go off to go clean the office. 1 of them stays. And they look just closely enough. You guys hear a... There's a hole between his eyes as he falls over.
Between whose eyes?
Mine?
The guards.
Okay,
Oh.
the one remaining guard who was here.
The one who didn't take you at your word.
Oh, so I shot
you
him with
shot him
my
with your dick pistol?
with my dick
Okay.
pistol.
Oh my god, I thought Rock just got shot through the wall.
I did too.
didn't
I was
know.
like, what?
Nope.
I was like, that's an aggressive end to this story.
All right, let's get this guy in the broom closet and skedaddle. As my zipper is smoking.
Wow.
Yeah, Luke catches the man before he falls and then shuffles him to the nearest potential hiding place.
Turns out there's a broom closet.
Boy, that was lucky.
I tuck him in behind a mop.
You turn one more corner. You pulled the ace of diamonds, and there's only one exit.
I think this is it.
This is the door out. You open the door to see the streets and the cloudy skies. You step out into the fog. And that's it. You're free. There is no record that you've ever existed. Now what? Thank you for playing Breaking Rank.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. After the break, we'll come back and do a review of Breaking Rank by Nell Raban.
That facilitates the review part, right?
Yep.
Do you have the questions?
Not in front of me.
Wow.
You good?
Nope. Now I am.
I'm going to do the challenge to try to drink an entire soda water.
What do I do?
What's going
Have
on?
you seen this? Oh my god. It's this
this
fucking kid.
kid.
And he's like
"Oh."
standing in front of a garage.
A half-open garage door. And he goes, I'm going to drink this entire can. I'm going to do the challenge to drink an entire can of soda without burping.
And it's not just soda, it's sparkling water.
Yeah,
It's
sparkling
like
water.
LaCroix,
Yeah.
and he just fucking shotguns this whole thing.
He tries.
And then he goes, oh, what do I do? And then he turns around and runs bong headlong into the garage door. And it gets me every
And
time.
starts like
Start-
burping and throwing up on his way down.
He starts by just like throwing up immediately. He's just clear water, like everything everywhere.
He doesn't throw up.
No, he does.
At the
Like there's
end, I
water
thought.
that goes everywhere is the first thing that happens.
Oh Jesus!
Then
We'll
he's
find
like
this.
freaking
We'll
out
find
and
this.
trying
Yeah,
to
we'll-
burp and doesn't. It's,
We'll pull
This
it
is
up.
the great way to start our review.
All right, so we're gonna review the game Breaking Rank. Matt, do you want to start us off?
okay, so we just finished with Breaking Rank. This way you have a good way to
Oh, yeah,
start
yeah,
it.
Yeah, we can edit out all that stuff.
No, it's all going in.
No, first off, again, thank you guys for playing. Thank you folks for listening. But now it's time for the review. This is going to be fun. Let's go ahead and go around, figure out what... so, Max, you got anything for me? What did you like? What did you dislike about this?
Let's see. Things that I liked. I really appreciated the genre and setup. It reminded me very much, if any listeners are fans of the video game Control,
I also got Control vibes.
like a secret agency bureaucracy, also kind of an X-Files sort of influence where there's, you know, layers upon layers in this mysterious building and center. I thought that was very cool. I also loved the slight kind of magical quality of that. That was really cool. There's a lot to like. I could go on, but other things I'll mention here are, I really liked the relationship between skills and gifts in terms of establishing your dice pool versus your availability or difficulty. I thought that was a really cool mechanic. But yeah, there's a lot, but those are a few things that come to mind first as things that I liked.
Yeah. I will second that. I think the mechanic of the gifts versus the skills having different benefits was really good. What I really like the shift, the second act shift,
Yeah, that
because
rules.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how almost dependent we were on my infiltration skills. So when it wasn't there, we were like, what do we do? What do we
Yeah.
do? But I actually think that's, I don't know if that's a benefit of the game or of Matt, you as like a GM, where like, because there wasn't, we just had these like list of gifts, we kind of had to get creative with how we were going to use them. And like, thank you for being a very kind GM about some of the bullshit that we were playing. But that I really enjoyed that, of only having these three things to like definitively mechanically give you a bonus,
Yeah.
and trying like hell or high water to, you know, force that square peg into a round hole of it.
I think you're right about that. the fact that you have gifts that you need to use and skills that you need to use in order to succeed. Rolling 2 dice and getting a 6 is such a high risky roll.
Yeah.
Like we've all played enough Blades in the Dark to know how hard it is to get a 6 when you want one, and so that the ability to add an additional dice, but then also lower the difficulty, is cool, and to really stretch and struggle and help each other out was very neat. In the rules as written, is it? Did we do the helping mechanic correctly?
In the rules as written, players are encouraged to work together, especially in difficult situations, by adding their skills and gifts to one base roll.
Okay.
Each player should narrate how they contribite to the overall effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, that applies.
Rules as written,
Like we did.
we pulled it off. We pulled the group action off appropriately.
Good. Because
Right.
that felt cool as hell. I love being
Yeah.
able to chip in things. Being like, oh man, I don't have no idea how to help with that. But then someone else going like, actually, I've got this. I could use my watch to help you pick a lock, which was very fun. And the other thing that I really liked is the simple word, the simple phrase of like, pick a gift and who gave it to you and why it's important. I didn't know who my character was until I wrote down map, ancestral weapon, and watch. And then the 3 people that gave those to you, a grandfather and the father and a potential lover, from a different agency. Now that built a character in my head right away. So I thought that was a very fun character creation piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say for my likes, I really liked the character creation setup. It's super simple. It's 3 steps, and each of those 3 steps was worthwhile. Choose a career and 3 skills. Choose or create 3 gifts and describe who gave them to you. And then the third one is make a wish. And all 3 of those things came into play perfectly. It was really, really well done. One thing I will say that I very much like is the way it's left open-ended for the GM. They describe this as a complexity 2 out of 4. That's for once you're actually sitting down with experienced players. This is a game that functions entirely on the concept of cooperative storytelling. They offer some excellent suggestions for people who are getting into that cooperative storytelling kind of gaming, the fiction first feel that this really has.
Could I see the rules while you're...
Yeah. I have 2 things I'm going to list as dislikes on here.
Yeah.
One of them is entirely a personal thing.
Okay.
They say, in order to help things go quicker and like to make the game feel right, they encourage you to draw maps. I am terrible at drawing maps, and I admit this, so that's part of why I use grid paper. And something that happened is the moment I started drawing maps, we turned it into almost a D&D game. It's like what's on the map is exactly there. So you'll notice, like, if you're listening back through that first episode, there's a spot where we start going through and we're going step by step. I have these doors, I have this thing. You focus on one thing, and then all of a sudden things just move a whole lot smoother. And that's because I stopped drawing maps and adding to what I'd drawn.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
That's a personal thing because that's a personal experience with maps. I hope other people's map experiences go better. So that's not actually a dislike of the game. That's just a personal comment from myself.
Yeah, I wonder if it would have felt differently if you didn't use grid paper. Because when you laid a piece of grid paper down on the table, my brain instantly was in 3.5. I was a fighter.
Yep.
Like,
Time for a dungeon crawl, baby.
Yep.
I actually kind of agree with you about that, though, Matt. Because like the minute I saw like multiple doors, I was like, "What if we chose the wrong door? Do we have to backtrack? Do we have to?" So I think, fuck off with maps.
It's each table is going to be different on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
some
sure.
people like them, but I
Like,
think our table is definitely more preferential around Theater of the Minds type stuff.
yeah, I love a world map. I don't like a dungeon map. But that's
Same.
that's just a personal opinion, personal preference. I do think this game would benefit from a little bit of gameplay in a material form. I think like folders and bits of spy gear laid across the table would not go amiss. But that's just me.
Yeah, my other dislike is both, again, a like and a dislike. Because we have an experienced an experienced team and we're all familiar with, like you said, theater of the mind, the fiction first feel, this was fantastic. But the game is very, very open-ended. It's nothing about like, you have the roles and it's described once, and then there's a quick list of bullet points of like, here are things they could come up against. Locked doors, sentries, clerks, traps, distractions, and puzzles. And it's like, here, throw these out. It doesn't say how many. It doesn't say like anything like that. And then the exact same thing happens on the way out. Give them 1 or 2 more problems on their way out. Once they escape the Hall of Records and are a safe distance away, facilitator reads this aloud, yada yada ending.
Yeah.
It's very open, very clear, very make your choice for the table. But it's definitely not a beginner game. This is like, I would say this is intermediate for tables to sit down and pick up.
Yeah, I got a question. I mean, actually, this is sort of moving into the next thing of
Absolutely.
What was the next thing? Is what we would change potentially?
Next thing, before we get to the what would you change, I really want to hit on the what was this game trying to do?
Yeah,
because that to me is a really important question about this game in specific.
It felt like it was trying to. Oh, do you want the paper?
I want to see the rules again.
Maybe, and I'm not sure how much of this was your own creative GMing and imagination, but it felt like it was trying to make a physical place that was simultaneously a James Bond high-tech spy noir kind of setting, while somehow also being like a magical, I got like a fairy court kind of like Seelie Unseelie kind of realm where like things are not as they seem and time is strange. And the creation of the place felt like one of the most important parts to me. And the act of reaching your dossier and needing to make a critical sacrifice, materially but also spiritually or emotionally, felt like such a like fairy court exchange kind of thing to do, right? Like you are in the Fey realm. What do you give up to get back home? You know, and it felt like that kind of vibe was like the most important part. Other things, puzzles, antagonists, etc., felt incidental.
I felt this is definitely my favorite Changeling game I've ever played.
It's kind of funny because, not to drill on this too much, but I named my character the Adjudicator partly because I was thinking about John Wick going into this.
Yeah.
But John Wick is exactly that kind of feeling. Like everything that makes John Wick make sense makes a lot more sense if you think of it as like a Fey realm kind of situation.
Slightly magical.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's my canon theory, headcanon theory about John Wick is that it's like partly a little Fey.
Dope. There was so some of the buzzwords or like the themes, I forget what it was. Guilt was on there, and like I don't think that came up at all.
My character is entirely based around guilt.
Yeah,
My character, ex-assassin, his wish was do more killing, and I did a murder. Actually, I didn't.
I don't think you did a murder.
I don't think you did either.
You actually held yourself back from doing the murder.
But like I think as a character who previously did a whole bunch of killing, and then to try to end that was like his goal was to redeem himself and end the destruction that he used to cause. So like I hear what you're saying, but like I also didn't say that on the table that much. That's a little on me.
Yeah.
But the guilt, I think I carried it alone.
Yeah, I don't think characters had that really.
I actually respectfully disagree for you, especially Manny, because because there was the moment where you said, "Yeah, I'm an infiltrator, so I can do this." Oh no. And you immediately caught yourself. I gave up something that the team was using.
Right. Yeah.
You did the same thing, Max, where you realized you'd given up your gifts, so you couldn't use your skills to help the other players.
Yeah.
And there was a moment back and forth for the two of you where you went,
true.
oh shit.
Yeah, we fucked up.
Except you didn't.
But we had to.
That's just the thing. You did not fuck up.
Yeah.
Right.
I think this game captured its suspense and the guilt aspect perfectly. Stealth is definitely going to be player by player.
Yeah.
And game by
That's true.
game.
I think for me, I guess what I mean is like, and I think it comes back to the wishes and how the wishes weren't really mechanically useful other than just like making a character choice or building out a character. And I think maybe what I didn't like about it and why I didn't get that like theme of guilt or whatever is like, I almost wish like if you were acting in accordance with your wish or against your wish, that had a mechanical
It doesn't.
thing.
Yeah, but it
That's one of the
doesn't.
cool
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you had me give away a dice when my wish was making my combat more difficult.
See,
and
now-
that felt cool. And that this game probably could benefit for something like that. But I don't think it strictly needs it. But I also would agree.
I think that's where I'm coming into it, and that's what I think of like, well, if in that situation, if I kill this person, it helps the team, but then I have to live with myself, and I'm going against the wish. So do I make it easier on myself for the team, or make it harder on the team to get my thing? Yeah. I think that is something that like I think the game was missing, honestly, and like I didn't like that the wishes didn't have a mechanical.
So it sounds like we're getting
thing.
changes now.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Well, that's just
It's
the
a
thing.
fine
That's part of this whole open portion.
Yeah,
it's like
because I wanted to flow into the thing that I would like to change is that in the game there's so one thing we didn't do actually is that there are sometimes more than one success available. Where if a check is harder, it says that you can. The facilitator will say how many successes are needed for the action according to its difficulty.
oh, hold up, let me reread that.
Right there, that paragraph right there.
Okay.
Which is fine. I think one. Or
I
two
completely
successes-
missed that one.
Turns out we did it wrong. Everyone ignore this. We're going to replay the game.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Disregard.
Look,
No.
I don't think it would necessarily dramatically change the game by doing that because getting a 6 is hard enough. So getting 2 6s pretty tricksy. But I think one thing that this game doesn't have, and something I would change, is that it just says that this is a success on this check. It doesn't say what a failure does.
Yeah, there is no.
So as
failure
far as I can
condition.
tell in my read through, is that there is no failure that can happen. There's no way for your characters to get hurt or to lose anything. You just don't. You have to. I mean, obviously, you have to find another path if you fail at something. But like, I looked under that door to see if there was a tripwire, and my character goes, "I think there's a tripwire,"
And then we didn't go through the door.
and then we didn't go through the door.
Yeah.
Which would have been the same thing as if, like, you hadn't done that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really interesting comparison to some other popular micro RPGs that we've played even on this podcast where, you know, D6 systems, there might be like, okay, 5 and up is total success, 4 or 5 or 3, 4 and 5 are mixed. You know, you get something you want, but you give up something. And then anything below that is a failure. You don't get what you want and you lose something. I think a lot of other games, even in the Ultimate RPG, micro RPG book that this game was published in, have that system.
Yeah.
And in a way, it was kind of a breath of fresh air to not have that for this, because it's pretty common. But I also kind of missed it, because it would have been interesting to have that like sliding scale of success and
I would
failure,
have
especially on a
appreciated-
mixed success.
Yeah. I would have appreciated simply you have to try a different approach or something like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was aiming for by telling you that the door was trapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's that one I feel is more on the GMs.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can agree with the like adding that in or adding a mechanical effect to the wish, but I don't think it's really necessary because I honestly don't think I could see both of those changes being made and I could see them being valuable. But to me, this game is about 3 specific points. One, it's your starting character. You choose to have your skills and your gifts and you're setting them up. And I specifically asked you guys to come into this blind.
Yeah.
Because I wanted that choice at the midpoint to be much more impactful, not knowing it was coming.
Yeah.
Which for some tables is a little bit rude, but it works for this one because we have that level of trust with each other.
Yeah.
I feel in a micro RPG you can get away with something like that.
Yeah.
In a way that I would be very upset if that was let's say a mechanic of the Big Dragon game. Like halfway through you have to slash off
level 10,
Exactly.
you've got to
Yeah.
get rid of half your gear.
I would want to
Yeah.
know about that before it comes around, but in a micro RPG, no, heck yeah, blindside me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously would prefer. I like characters and players and GMs to be on the same page when it comes to things. A secret not told to the table is not a secret; it's just nothing. So, like, I think with this game, you don't know that this cool mechanic is coming feels really cool and fits the theme of the game in a way that you might not otherwise get.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that being a risky play, though. Like, if it's not necessarily an experienced GM or an experienced table, you know, if you pick this game up for the first time, like the point you were making earlier was like, so much depends on the GM's creative vision and bringing to life this complicated place and these settings and situations. If it becomes very mechanical and then you're in a situation where it's just all mechanical and then you take away some of those mechanics, like, that could get dicey.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't change anything about this from the way it was read. But that's literally all I really enjoyed playing it the way it was. There's nothing about the setting beyond saying it's the Sumreal Dominion. So everything about building the place was from the creative minds of this table. Which I don't think this game is a 2 out of 4 because of that. For people who want to be in that fiction first and cooperative storytelling, this is an amazing game. For people who need more of the crunch and more of the rules to help guide them, this is not the game for them.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to say before, it's about 3 moments. It's about creating your character. It's about making a impactful choice for the character at the midpoint, and then asking the question at the end. You succeeded. Now what?
Yeah.
It's almost like this sort of a postscript, and we can maybe cut this out too, but there's sort of a dimension of what would you change about the game that's less about the game and more about us as a table.
Yeah.
I sort of wish we had agreed on a genre. Like, is it going to be more of a drama or more of a comedy sooner? We had some really fucking funny moments,
Yeah,
for
sorry about
sure.
that.
Manny included, but fucking amazing. Don't regret it. And there were some kind of serious moments in there too, and especially the like critical emotional choice at the midpoint. Like that goes to a really tough place potentially. And like with my character, I was kind of all in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm giving up, this thing, and how am I going to get back out, and who am I going to be on the other side of this, and all this kind of stuff. And if anything, this is something where it kind of brings home the importance of, even in a micro RPG, the importance of some kind of pre-game conversation about what you expect the genre of this game to be. If you want it to be like the X-Files, that's one thing. If you want it to be Scooby-Doo, that's something else, and like...
I think this game can handle that.
Right.
Like, I think we hit some very serious notes, and we hit some very comedic notes.
Yeah.
And I feel that in this playthrough, they felt really fun together.
Yeah.
I think we hit a very, very fun tone that was both, like... I think serious moments are enhanced by the comedy moments, and comedy moments are enhanced by serious moments. But that's just sort of where I live. The tension breaking of like I was like we're gonna have like I was like my character has given up his fighting skills and is gonna have to fight again with his father's sword and without his skills, and that's gonna be a tough moment for him. If he kills someone on his way out, that's gonna be rough. And then you cut that tension right the fuck in half.
Absolutely.
So, man, I appreciate that.
It was peanut butter and jelly in this case.
For me.
But...
for my character, that felt cathartic in a way that I wouldn't have gotten on my own. And I feel the table really benefited from that. But, like, coming, like, Dick Hardcock.
What is
Hardick.
Rock Hardick.
Sorry,
Hardick.
That's why this is ranked explicit, folks.
Yeah. We're going to earn that rating.
Yes.
So Rock, coming in as sort of a more comedic character. I mean, my character was Solid Snake. I have no leg to stand on, but like, but yeah, I think that the tone setting, based on games is interesting. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably something we should consider moving forward with this table, because like if this had been like a World War II spy thing, that's a very different genre.
Yeah.
And kind of like lends itself to let's not make fun of the World War II
Yeah,
veterans.
if we were not like going, if we didn't fight Roman legionnaires and spray paint over eyeball lenses on our way in, I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could have been in a very different game, especially with you taking a cyanide pill as your character item.
I was fully prepared for there to be a possibility in the game that I would have to use it.
Yeah.
You know, and like that could have gotten really fucking dark depending on where we were at, right?
That again, I think falls onto the level of trust at the table.
Yeah.
Like I trust every single one of us enough to be able to say, hey, this is a moment and we're going to come up against this.
Yeah.
But this is something that I really want to highlight. Like, can we put a link in the description for this video to the to the to the X or the stoplight rule?
Oh yeah, like safety tools and stuff.
Yep, safety tools
Yeah.
for gaming, because that is something I feel needs to be highlighted, especially now that we're discussing it. And I trust this table, even though we haven't had the X or the lights on the table. I trust every single one of us to be able to say, hey, we need to slow down and like take a time out on this with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we kind of did that. I don't know if this will make it into the podcast, because I stopped you when you said suicide pill, and I was like, hey, pause. Should we maybe say cyanide pill?
Right.
So we did use that. And like, I don't think I would have been like necessarily as comfortable if it wasn't you all, you know? So like,
I feel like at this point, we've actually had a really good discussion about this game. It brought up some really good talking points for us as well. But I've really got just one question at this point, Max. Table it or shelve it?
Oh, it's a table it for sure. I have at this point tabled every single game, but it's staying on the table rather than going back on the shelf.
Manny.
I think I'm going to surprise everyone, and I'm actually going to say shelf this one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there specific like standout as to why?
I think it's the lack of consequence for not failing. And like that would probably be my biggest, if I could change anything with this, it would be like, okay, if I succeed, this is what I get. If I fail, this is what I want to have happen to me. Sort of like the Mothman did, where there's a good and a bad.
I really like that.
And like putting it on the player to be like,
Yeah.
what do you think is a high stakes enough?
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
I'm gonna table it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, and I feel that playing it again will be so very different from this game that I want to see what happens. Like some games you play through once and you're like, I've seen all this has to offer. I feel the second game would be so different with this.
I agree. I feel like, just to bounce off that for a second, I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of this one.
I actually agree with that
We
too.
really have.
And that could be really cool.
That actually leads directly into my call. I'm going to shelve it. I love this game. Nell, if you're listening, you did absolutely fucking fantastic with writing this.
Oh, hell
It's
yeah.
a great game.
Just in those 3 points that I highlighted earlier, this game hits that suspense and guilt level way too well. I got a couple of personal things in my past that this actually hits on. I could not be a player for this game. I can run it. I could not be a player. So as much as I love this game and it's fantastically written, I have to shelve it.
Fair.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Right. So 2 tablets, 2 shelves it.
Shelve it.
Shelve it.
Shelvets?
Yes.
Tablets and shelvets.
All
Yes.
right. I think that's a Pokemon.
Shelvets?
Shelvets? All right. So I think that wraps up our episode. Plugs. Do you want to hit any plugs before I hit mine? Nope.
No
All
plugs
right.
from me.
Not today.
Well, thank you, everyone, for listening to Table It. You can find us at micro_RPGs on Twitter or email us at microrpgs@gmail.com. Please submit games you'd like to hear us play with the subject line New Game. Our theme this episode is Chill Vibra Jazz theme by Danydory. And we'll see you on the next one.
Amazing.
Take care.